Sewing plus size vintage is expensive. Or at least that's what some folks want you to think. Between large amounts of yardage, extra notions and trim, and just generally larger sizing, you would think that that would be true. However, I am here today to prove that wrong. So how do I make affordable plus size vintage clothing that I can wear every day? Come here, I'll tell you my secret. It's duvet covers. That's right, duvet covers, especially vintage ones, are my secret weapon. Not only can they be readily found on eBay or Mercari for relatively cheap prices, don't talk to me about this gray and pink one, I'm resisting buying it. But sometimes you even get so lucky that they'll come with an extra pillowcase on top of the fact that they are usually the same fabric on both sides. So not only do you get one double size, but then you get a second set, all for one low price. And if you're buying a used one, usually they only used one side religiously, so only one side will be sun faded and the other one will be perfectly fine. So when you're doing your pattern placements, you just have to watch out for a little bit of sun fading. But there's not nearly as much staining as in vintage sheets and other bedding. And today's video is brought to you by June's Journey, but more on them in a little bit. But for full transparency here, folks, I just want to be clear that this wasn't actually the video that I was planning on doing with some of this footage, because originally this project was supposed to be done an actual year ago, and it was supposed to be my puppy chooses my project. This little boy right here is going to make all the decisions for the project, so that I don't have to. And marshmallow in 3, 2, 1, go bud! Go, 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 go! No, marshmallow. Yeah. Go. And so we resorted to using his toys. Oh, which toy? Oh, hey! I think. Yeah, okay, we'll take that as a winner. Excellent. Wait, maybe. No, we're scratching our butt. With my adorable little marshmallow man in his weeest of forms, choosing possibly one of the most difficult fabrics in my entire stash for this project. Marshmallow drop. In 3, 2, 1. Marshmallow! Oh, he's going. He's distracted. He's coming to me. Marshmallow Canada. Go that way, bud. What's over there? Oh, hey! Oh, sweet Jesus. He picked the rayon. Oh, sweet Lord, he picked the rayon. Oh, no. This is what I get for not rigging it. So needless to say, it languished in my project pile for well over a year before I looked down and realized I was tearing my very expensive Bust 48 pattern because I hadn't put it away properly. But now that I have started this project in earnest, let's head over and get this thing all cut out so I can get myself a new dress. Oh, and chaotic greetings. Don't worry, I didn't forget. Now for this project, I am using Hollywood number 471 in a Bust 48. And because of the size of this pattern, I did not size up at all. Now at this point, I could not decide between using this large floral or the smaller floral, which only had the back side of the duvet cover. And unfortunately, I did like the look of that one better, so that meant that I had to do some very creative cutting around on this fabric. So once I separated it from its larger floral friend, I pinned everything down. Did I mention this was rayon, and so it liked to slide around? Like a wet beaver going down a slip and slide? Yes, it did. So I had to completely overpin this. And once I had done a little bit, I realized I had to go home and do some more. Now this was pretty frustrating because the way these pieces are designed is that the actual little accent at the shoulder is wrapped over from the back piece, which means that it wasn't something I could piece out easily. So I did have to move the fabric around quite a lot to be able to just figure out a way to cut out the back piece. I'm going to regret cutting this, but I can't not. So I'm just gonna do it. Yeah, now the pain in the ass part comes. And oh boy, was it ever. I was really concerned that these 3 skirt pieces were absolutely not going to fit. 1, 2, 3. But after some creative rearranging, I figured it out. Okay. Wait. This might be okay. Oh my god. It's gonna be okay. Oh, thank God. But I think after all of that work, it's time for a well-deserved break with the sponsor of today's video, June's Journey. June's Journey is what happens when you take Where's Waldo plus the 1920s and smash them together. Because we are following our heroine, June, as she searches for the killer of her sister. In each beautifully crafted 1920s seek and find puzzle, we are looking for little hints as to who murdered June's sister. And it truly is one of my absolute favorite games. Whenever I get super duper stressed with a project, that never happens on this channel. I don't know what you're talking about. I take a moment, I recenter myself by playing a level of June's Journey. So let's take a moment together and play this next level. What's also super great is that you can start by not really knowing where anything is, and then as you go along, you get more adept because you get to learn where things are so you can move through the levels a little bit faster. Ah, I missed one! And it really is just a great little pick-me-up. But not only do they have super relaxing levels, you also get to play your own little decorator for your own miniature town. I don't know why that sounded evil. It's really fun. So let's see. I think I want to add something from the new seasonal Venetian collection. Whew, very Italiano. So let's see, what can I put on here? You know what? I think I'm gonna start planning for a whole little Venetian village. So let's go ahead and put this little West Canal Bridge right over here so I can start my own little Venetian town. And then all I have to do is wait a little while, and then it will magically appear my brand new little map and little town that I am creating. So come and join me and play June's Journey today. You can either click the link down below in the description or click the QR code to download June's Journey for free today, and you can play on Android, iOS, and on PC. And thank you to June's Journey for sponsoring today's video. But now, I guess I gotta go put this thing together. Okay, this is an intriguing style. I'm assuming there needs to be gathers in here because otherwise, what is this tuck situation? The size is definitely correct because if I gather this down, it will actually sit where I want it to. I do have an idea though. It is gonna make it harder for me, but I don't like the white on white. Like I feel like there needs to be something more, darling, more. So I think I'm actually gonna add like some pink piping to go with the pink flowers because I have some that's vintage that I'll just use, not make, no. But I think that's the answer. And the arm's eye seems to be actually doing okay. I already tested the sleeve with the pattern, so like that's fine there. So I think I got lucky and this one might not take any adjustments from me. She says not actually having tested out the skirt yet, but you know, hey, there is that. So let's go grab some pink piping and we'll actually read the instructions to see what I'm supposed to do instead of taking these weirdo tucks. Now, one of the main things about sewing on a budget is using what you already have. So had I not had this piping in my stash, I would have just skipped over this step. But since I had it, I decided to use it. Ah! That didn't take long, now did it? Oh my god, I hate rayon. Please don't be a giant pain in my butt. What are you doing? Sir. Rude. I freaking hate rayon so much. Nope. Stay stitching means do what I say. However, the fabric disagreed. Ah! I need 2 hands for this. Although even with 2 hands, it still went wrong. That's absolutely gonna have to get ripped out. Okay, cool. Brenda! Why are you gathering this, you stupid thing? Yeah, that's not supposed to do that. So I set to task manually adjusting the stay stitches back to being not gathering stitches so that I could move on. Because during my recent closet cleanout, I thought I had seen something at the back of my closet. So I went to investigate. Okay, what actually is this box right here? Wait, does that say extra machine parts? What's in here? Fragile. Excellent, wrong side. What's in here? Well, guess I have more machine parts than I knew about. So let's see what's in here then. Yeet! Yes, I did yeet that easily because I actually probably want to put all this stuff back in there. All right, I truly don't know what's in here. What in the world is that thing? Do I know what this is? No, what? I own a walking foot? Well, we're gonna use you this project now, aren't we? Now, while you should not believe everything you see on the internet, you can believe and trust in one thing. I have never installed one of these, ever. So let's see how this goes. Oh no, that's a lot more pieces than I was really hoping for. I was hoping for like insta clicky moment. Oh crap, okay. So this piece here is clearly the main bit, right? Great, we love that. But what we don't love is for the fact that for the better part of the next 10 minutes, I rambled on and on about this walking foot and how I truly didn't understand it even when I was looking at the instructions. So let's fast forward to the part where I definitely failed installing it because, well, let me just show you. Why are you hitting this? Is that what you're supposed to be doing?
No.
Okay, I figured it out. The little thing I was whapping on is the thing that's supposed to go on this little nubbin right here. Did a couple of testers. You can see here, the single layer is still gathering it weird, so I guess that's not actually gonna help. But I did some test, like actual stitching. Not bad, not bad at all. Can't do both things at once, at all. Amazing. Good morning. I am struggling today. I don't know why, truly. I can't put my finger on exactly why I'm having issues trying to finish this project. I think it's a multitude of reasons, but the easiest ones to explain succinctly are, number one, it's white. Why did I pick a white fabric? I don't like to wear white. I'm a chaos gremlin. I get white dirty by looking at it wrong. Number two, this project isn't what I initially thought it was going to be. Like, this was just supposed to be a mock-up. I wasn't supposed to care about this one. And I was supposed to care about the other fabric, but I didn't have enough of the other fabric to even go forward with that version. I swore I would be succinct and I failed. Welcome to the channel. And I think I'm just kind of stopped because I would much rather in this moment be doing cosplay and Dragon Con things and showing them to you on the channel, but as has been kind of noted on my channel, it's not really something y'all come to me for, which is fine, but I don't feel like this dress in particular is showing off my artistic side so much as it's showing off functionality, which is fine. Those videos are good and valid as well, and I want to show you how you can turn duvet covers into glorious vintage dresses. And that is what I must keep in my brain. So I hope you enjoyed that random dialogue, because I am doing this also because it wants me to sew 1/8 of an inch seam as a back tuck, which I didn't think I could hate more than tiny back darts, but here we are. But yes, I did run my gathering stitches and my stay stitches last night, so that way I didn't have to do it on camera today, because sometimes you don't have to record every single step. But let's go ahead and start putting this thing together, and maybe I will find the drive to finish it this time. So I use my favorite ruler to guide me on the way. Inside tucks means it goes this way, right? But I need to sew them like this. Like that. Where is 1/8 of an inch? That tiny little miscreant line there. Right there. Because I moved my needle as far over as it'll go. Comes out and I just moved the fabric! It was not going well. Well, this is a special state of I hate this! Go! Wild. Yup, and I get to do this 3 more times. This is great. This is fun. This is fun! Maybe I should have hand sewed this. Now that that's done, I have to clip 2 of the dots and like fold under the big shoulder accent. And this is the part where I have to put in, like I'm already there, the hard trim part. So I guess let's go ahead and tackle that. And I'm nervous because I've literally never added piping to a single garment. But I want the really cute final product. So cross our fingers and our toes that this all turns out the way I want it to. And then I had to do that 3 more times before I could turn the curve section and add the piping. All right, I need my thing. Hang on. This thing. Wait, why didn't that work? Hang on, I'll do it again. Oh, you mean I actually have to figure this out? Dang it! Maybe now. Nope, okay. Fine, I'll figure it out. Oh, but it's gonna look so cute! Where are my notches? Of course my pens aren't open. Why would my pins be open? That would only make sense! Okay. Should I baste this into place before I do this? And then, yeah, I should. Okay, well, first let's pin it, and then we'll baste it into place. Because I would actually like this to look somewhat good. So I am currently doing something I usually don't do. A small scale test, because I have currently got the world's largest foot on this thing right now. And I do not believe that my little setup here, I've made a small scale of exactly what I'm doing. I don't think that this Mondo foot is going to stitch where I want to stitch. So we're gonna try this small scale and test it out. What an idea. I know my brand is chaos, but this one time I'd really like it to be right. I'd like this to be right. Pinned together, here we go. If I can align this little ridgy bit inside here by moving the needle over to maybe there, that might get me the result I want. Huzzah, what an idea. I have no idea if this is gonna work. TM. Oh? Did I actually figure it out? Ah! Look at her go. She's so fancy. Okay, listen, it's not my best sewing, but like, it worked, y'all. It worked. Like, what? Okay, so that's the answer. So the answer is leave the needle scooted over and put my pretty trim to the right-hand side and sew right next to it on a curve. That doesn't make me nervous at all. It's fine. I had to do a straight test to test it out, but I am still chaos, and we're just gonna go ahead and pin it all together and actually sew it now. Good morning. Do you hear that glorious thing called silence? 'Cause I do. Because my child is back in school. Oh, the silence has been glorious, I'm not gonna lie. So, I am here with my coffee because we're going to be finishing up as much as we can today. Because last night I was able to close both the side seams, and I did my standard railroad for the zipper installation because I'm not doing the type of whatever installation of placket shenanigans they wanted. Absolutely not. No. We will be doing my standard zipper installation, which is sew it at a normal stitch length, back stitch, jump to the largest stitch length on there, then piece those two together, and then sew the zipper around it, and then release all those large stitches. So you have a side zipper placket, because that's what I'm doing. Because I could not be bothered to actually do the turned placket snap thingy. Nope. Nope. If I don't have to, I'm not gonna. So yes, we are bringing in spooky season because it's the only thing I have. Mugs and decorations in Florida. That's it. But I only have the bodice done, which means I still have a majority of the dress to go, which means I should stop rambling and I should actually, in my comfiest of Star Wars t-shirts, go forth and sew. I'm not going to do the hand thing today, at least I'll try not to. Now the first thing that I really need to do today is I have to take the literal remnants of my fabric and try and see if I can get 2 sets of pockets. I think you're blown out, I'm sorry. This pattern does not have pockets, and so we all know my thoughts on pockets. They belong in everything. Pockets belong in everything. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out. I know it's gonna be see-through because this fabric is not the most opaque. That's the word I'm looking for. It's not that opaque, but we're going to do it anyway. So let's get ourselves some pockets cut out, eh? And I definitely put it away nicely. And so with these all cut out now, it's time to take, carefully, the giant wad of skirt and turn it into a skirt. Because yes, indeed, that is the next instruction. Am I avoiding doing the sleeves because I don't really know what I'm doing with all those tucks and all the gathers? Yes, but that's okay, because the instructions say that I can. You need to be careful with your patterns, because I moved this one too many times and, oops. One down, 3 to go. And now with my front all done up, let's go ahead and do the exact same thing to the back. Now with the front and backs done, it is time to do the pockets, which is an installation on either side, And I am probably just gonna lower it below where the zipper goes because I think this is gonna sit high enough that it's still gonna feel correct as far as like pocket placement. But then once that is done, it's, listen, there are times when the instructions tell you one thing and your intuition tells you an entirely different thing. And I'm going with my intuition on this one because what the instructions want me to do is put the bodice and the skirt together and then do the sleeves. I don't want to do that. I would rather try and put the sleeves on without the skirt making extra bulk, extra stuff that I don't want to deal with, which I don't know how they want me to do these tucks. So we're gonna see how it goes. This is the front. Is that gonna be too low? I might be changing my mind here. Yeah, I'm gonna change my mind and just put it at the waistband.
No.
So it's gonna go way up here.
Not this time.
I don't know if you can see that.
No way.
White on white on white! It's this thing called contrast. Okay, so this is the right hand side, so I can sew this up just like normal. Amazing. And on this side, I had to put this top on again to know where this falls. Because I don't know. Do you know? No. Okay, great. I need to see where this falls to see if I really want to move it. Because if I move it, it's a pain in the butt. Oh, I sewed this closed. Yeah, about that. Hair, boobs, all the things. So it's currently falling here. Oh, that does feel too high. Okay, it looks too low, but it's not. All right, I'll move it down below. That's good, because then I don't have to do it the hard way. Although I'll change the shape of the pockets and make them more... I'll put it right here, what shape the pocket is going to move to. Now here's the thing. I am nothing if not predictable because sleeves constantly stress me out. I hate puckers. I hate doing them. I always, for some reason, do them in a circle as opposed to laying them flat. All of these are choices that I make to make my life harder for some unknowing reason. We'll unpack that one later, but you know what? Sometimes you just gotta grow, and the only way is through. So let's do some sleeves. Okay, now see here. I thought I was just going to put these sleeves with some trim that I was like, ooh, that'll be good to have more of this pink trim to go on the bottom edge of the sleeve. And then I realized I should actually probably set the sleeve into the bodice first, so that way I can see if it's gonna have as much room as I think it is, because if it doesn't, then I'm gonna need to unpick some of those tucks. But I won't know any of that until I set the sleeve into the bodice, and then when I set the sleeve into the bodice, I will actually know if it fits my bicep or not. So let's go figure out some sleeve settings. Good morning. It is day 4, also known as the last day I'm going to be working on this beautiful thing. That worked better in my head. We have a vaguely completed bodice section of this dress. I am not going to do the neckline just yet because I want to see what the weight of the skirt does to the neckline as far as like it's sitting where I think it should be sitting versus where it's currently sitting. But I did all the sleeves last night as well, and I did in fact add the pretty pink trim here along the bottom. So what does that mean for the rest of the project? That means that I have to do the bodice, to the skirt, and then do the zipper installation, then do the hem maybe, and then do the neckline. Is that really the order you should be doing things in?
No.
No is the correct answer. You should absolutely do this part right now as it is, but I don't think I'm gonna like this neckline. I think I'm gonna have to pick out one or maybe just make these all smaller. I don't know yet. Let's go ahead and get this bodice attached to a skirt. All right, so I did just go and try her on. No, I'm not going to show you because that's pretty close to the final reveal, so gotta wait a little bit longer. But I now feel comfortable doing the top stitching, the zipper, the hem, all the normal things. And while I do the zipper, I'm going to talk to you about what I think of this whole project. I don't know why I did that. I'm not going to transition this. First up, the zipper. This project doesn't have a zipper, so nowhere on this did it say what length I would need because they just did the snap tape situation. I cannot be bothered to do that. What I do is I'm taking this from my notch to my notch here, and I am measuring to get the length of zipper I need, which is 9 inches. Which, because we are doing budget sewing, I do believe I have in my stash here. Because listen, this project actually did not cost me monetarily that much. Duvet set was $20 back in the day, and I actually only ended up using half of it because this whole dress was made out of one half of that huge duvet cover because the other side was an entirely different print. This basically cost right around $10, and then the thread is from Wawak, which is my new favorite place to get my notions from. Because, my God, they ship quickly, and we love to see that. And a lot of these things are because, you know, I squirrel things. Exhibit A. And yes, I could have gone out and bought new stuff, but I don't want to. I want to be able to look in my stash and use what I have. Does that mean sometimes that you have to cut some corners? You have to, in my case, install a yellow zipper and get yelled at by the internet for installing a yellow zipper on a blouse because oopsie poopsie, about 300,000 people saw that video. So it's okay. As long as you're strong in your choices and you feel knowing that that choice is the right choice for you, who cares what anyone else thinks? I'm just saying. We're on the internet here, friends. We're just making things for giggles. Let's not take things too seriously. Do I actually not have a white zipper that's 9 inches long? That's gonna be annoying. I have navy. Darn it. Okay, BRB, gonna go to my website stash and see if I have a zipper there.
A few moments later.
So like I said before, we're gonna go with a 12-inch white zipper, and then we're just gonna not use the bottom 3 inches. That's definitely what I said. Absolutely. This project has been intriguing because a lot of what I found was that I was stopped by the fact that it wasn't how it was supposed to be. And there's nothing wrong with envisioning something and wanting it to be a certain way, whether that's a video, a dress, or whatever, but When it came down to the realization that I didn't have enough fabric of the one that my dear sweet Marshmallow Man had picked, I really struggled with the idea of even finishing this, which is why it sat on my shelf for over a year. In a pattern that's my size! For the love of heaven, Stephanie, use the pattern! And that's where I really find that the creativity has to come from the endurance of finishing the project, because this is an endurance race. You are going to come up against so many obstacles, and how are you going to find the endurance to finish it? So it's not really something that I can tell you how to finish your project, or not something that I can tell you how to do this thing. I'm here to share my wins, my stressors, and everything in between, and hope that maybe along the way you're learning a thing or two through my either just pure neuroticism, which I don't think is a word, or from the little tidbits that I drop along the way. And I do just want to thank the sponsor of today's video, June's Journey, again one more time before the final reveal. If you do want to download this awesome free game, make sure you're clicking the link down below in the description or scanning the QR code right here on screen. And don't forget it's available on Android, iOS, and PC. But how did the dress come out? Let's find out right now. Built-in microphone my ass. Much better. Sir, sleeve. Ow, pin. And now, we dump. No, I'm not gonna throw the mannequin at you. I do actually value this camera.